This lecture is on the last section of chapter 6, which is applications of quadratic equations, which is where you see some word problems that eventually end up in a quadratic equation. Okay, let's try the first example. Okay, let's try this. The sum of two consecutive integers is 29 less than their product. Find the integers. Okay, so this is an example of a problem that involving numbers. So notice the equation is not given to you, okay, but instead what you have in words. So what you do is you're going to have to first figure out how many numbers or what exactly are you looking for. Okay, so hopefully you notice that you're looking for two numbers, okay, first and second. And then the next question you have to ask yourself is, are these two numbers related? Okay, so if you look at consecutive integers, remember what that means. That means the numbers are like running, right, one after another. So if the first number is n, for example, then the next one is going to be one more than that. So that's n plus 1. So under what situation will that be n and n plus 2? Okay, so you will use n plus 2 if you're talking about consecutive even or consecutive odd, because we are talking about skip of 2. In this case, we use n plus 1 because all we are told is consecutive integers. So okay, so we identify our two unknowns, and so what we are told is the sum. So we are told the sum equivalently, that means it's asking you to add the two numbers you have. Okay, so that's one number, that's the second number, and I'm asked to add. So why do I add? It's because I'm told it's the sum. And when you see the word is, that means equal. Okay, so this is where you see the word is. And the next phrase comes 29 less than, and that means I have to put the minus 29 in the back. And what should I put in the front here? That's going to be product. And product, you know, means multiplication. So the two numbers I'm going to multiply is n times n plus 1. So let's read again. You are told the sum of, so that means I have to add them. Okay, what I'm adding are two consecutive integers, so that's why it's n and n plus 1. Is just means equal, 29 less than, so that's why it's minus 29, and you minus from their product, so that's why you multiply. So there you have it, that's your equation, and now you need to solve this. Okay, so let's try to combine like terms. So n plus 1 is equal to, let's distribute that, you get n squared plus n minus 29. So what you have is 2n plus 1 equals n squared plus n minus 29. To solve a quadratic equation, you must have 0 on one side. So bring everything to the side that has the exponent. Okay, so minus 2n on both sides, and then minus 1 on both sides. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up with 0 on one side, and on the other side, you're going to have n squared plus n with minus 2n. That makes it minus n, and minus 29 with minus 1, that's minus 30. Okay, so you have a trinomial, so you can think of sum and product. Okay, so what you end up with is the sum I'm looking for is minus 1, the product I'm looking for is negative 30. So 6 and 5 will do the trick. I need minus 6 and positive 5 to get a sum of negative 1. So that will have n minus 6 and n plus 5. So if you put each piece to 0, so n minus 6 is 0, tells me n is 6. And the other piece, where n plus 5 is 0, tells me n is negative 5. So, but on second look, you notice the two numbers I have is 6 and minus 5. Those are not my answers because we are looking for consecutive integers. So if you trace back to where these n stands for, and if you look at all the way in the top here, you will notice that we are talking about the first number and second number, first number being n. So what you have found is two possibilities for n. If n was 6, okay, so if n was 6, then n plus 1 would be 6 plus 1, which comes out to be 7. So what it says is that the two numbers we're looking for is 6, 7. So that's one set of numbers. And then there's another possibility for n, that n can also be negative 5. Now because we're looking for integers, we're not confined to only positive numbers, okay? So we can also consider the negative version because integers include negative numbers. So if negative 5 was my first number, then to get the second number I have to use negative 5 plus 1 because of n plus 1, okay? N plus 1, whatever n is, you have to add 1 to it. So that generates the second number, which is negative 4. So that tells me that negative 5, negative 4 is also a possibility. So in this case, I have two sets of answers. So it's possible to have two sets of answers. You just need to have a reason. You just have to check, okay, whether there's a reason to reject one of them. So in this case, I don't have a reason to reject because I'm looking for integers, and integers can be negatives. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's look at example number 2. Okay, let's involve something in a right triangle here. So let's try the right triangle one. The sides of a right triangle are consecutive. Okay, are consecutive even numbers. Find the length of the sides. Okay, so usually if the story involves a shape, it would be best to draw the triangle, okay, or in this case it's a right triangle. And notice in the triangle there are three sides. So do I call it as ABC or XYZ? That's when you have to read carefully. You are told that the sides of the right triangle are consecutive even numbers. So this time you're told they're consecutive even. So if one side is n, the other one has to be n plus 2 because the skip is 2, and then you go to n plus 4. So these are my three sides. Now if I have three sides, how do I fill those into the picture? Then that's when you should know that n plus 4 is the largest one, and so it has to be the hypotenuse, okay? Because in the right triangle, the hypotenuse is the longest side, largest number, so it means it has to fit into the longest side, okay? So fit the longest side, which is the hypotenuse. Okay, so as far as the n and n plus 2 is concerned, n will be the short leg, and n plus 2 will be the longer leg. So the minute you have three sides in the right triangle, hopefully you think of Pythagorean theorem, okay, which basically says that if you have the legs and the legs of the right triangle, if you square them and you add them, it has to equal to the hypotenuse squared. So the two legs in this case is n squared and n plus 2 squared, and when you square them it has to equal the hypotenuse, which is n plus 4, and you square it. So this is an equation which you found, okay, which we obtained using Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so now let's FOIL this. So n squared plus, now when you see n plus 2 all squared, make sure you do not distribute. Make sure you remember to go n plus 2, and then FOIL. Okay, so n and n, and 2, 2 and n, 2 and 2. So you're going to have n squared plus 2n plus 2n plus 4. So that should come up to be n squared plus 4n plus 4. And that's this piece, okay, n squared plus 4n plus 4 equal, do the same for that one, n plus 4 squared, remember do not distribute. You have to write the parentheses twice and FOIL. Okay, so n with n squared, n with 4, that's 4n, another 4n, and 4 with 4 is 16. So that comes out to be n squared plus 8n plus 16. Okay, so remember when you're solving a quadratic equation, you must have a 0 on one side. So let's clean this up a little bit. So you have n squared plus 4n plus 4 equal n squared plus 8n plus 16. I need to get a 0 on one side. So minus n squared on both sides, minus 8n on both sides, and minus 16 on both sides. So what I end up with is 0 on one side. But on the left side, I now have n squared minus 4n minus 12. So this is a trinomial. So the sum is negative 4 and the product is negative 12. So if you work that out, it's negative 6 and positive 2. So it's n minus 6 and n positive 2. Set each piece to 0. N minus 6 is 0, which tells me n is 6. N plus 2 is 0, which tells you n is minus 2. Now earlier you noticed that we kept both numbers, positive and negative, but in this case I will have to reject n being negative 2. The reason is because the length of any side must be positive, okay? Because if you look into the picture, the n represents the length of the leg, and the length of the leg cannot be negative. So it does not make sense to say the length is negative 2 feet, okay, or 2 whatever units is given. So if the short leg is 6, then the longer leg will be 6 plus 2, which is 8, and the hypotenuse will be 6 plus 4, which is 10. So the three sides of the triangle is 6, 8, and 10. So true enough, they are consecutive even, and they do satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. So they form the sides of the right triangle. Usually you would put the units with the question, but in this case the units is not given. So if you like, you can just put units. Okay, let's try one more example. Let's try an example that involves area. So let's see. Let's try the problem that's in the review sheet. Let me see, do I have that? Okay, let's try the review sheet question. Okay, so a lot has the shape of a right triangle. The difference between the two sides is 2 meters. The hypotenuse is 6 meters less than twice the length of the longer side. Find the length of the shorter side. Okay, so remember, anytime you're given a word problem that involves a shape, make sure you draw the picture. So in this case, we are talking about right triangle again. Okay, so that's my right triangle. You are told the difference between the two sides is 2 meters. So the difference is 2 meters. So if the short leg is x, the longer leg has to be x plus 2. Right? So the difference is 2. You are told the hypotenuse is 6 meters less than twice the length of the longer side. So that's the longer side. So the hypotenuse is going to be twice the length of the longer side, and minus 6. Okay, so twice the length of the longer side minus 6. The longer side is x plus 2, so x plus 2. So what I have is 2x plus 4 minus 6. So equivalently is telling me that the hypotenuse is 2x minus 2. Okay, so now these are my three sides, and now I'm using Pythagorean, which says that if I take the legs and I square them and I add them, it has to equal to the hypotenuse squared. Okay, So one leg is x, I need to square that. The other leg is x plus 2, I need to square that. And the hypotenuse is 2x minus 2, which I need to square as well. So what I have is x squared plus x plus 2 all squared means x plus 2 times x plus 2, which is x squared plus 4x plus 4. And do the same for the other side, which is 2x minus 2 all squared. So that comes out to be 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. Okay, so combine like terms, I have 2x squared plus 4x plus 4. And on this one, I have 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. So I need to clear all the terms. I'm going to collect them to the side that has more x squares. And in doing so, that's gone, leaving me with 0. And on the other side, I have 2x squared minus 12x, and that's gone too. So if I factor out the GCF, which in this case is 2x, I will end up with x minus 6. So put each piece to 0. 2x equals 0, divide by 2 tells me x is 0. But x minus 6 is 0 tells me x is 6. Now x represents the length of a leg, so the leg cannot be 0. So remember, length has to be more than 0. Okay? So that tells me x is 6, which is this one. So if you read the question, they're asking you for the length of the shorter side. So make sure you answer the question. So length of shorter side is 6, and watch out for the units, 6 meters. Okay, let's try one more problem. Let's try something that involves a rectangle. Let's try this. The length of a rectangle, okay, so this time is a different shape, it's a rectangle, is 7 units more than the width and the area of the rectangle is 540 square units. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so draw the shape. Okay, we're talking about rectangle. Remember, the longer side is called the length, and the shorter side is called the width. So in this case, the length of the rectangle is 7 units more than the width. So that means the reference is the width. Okay, so let's call the width as x, and the length being 7 more than that means x plus 7. And don't forget, area of the rectangle is where you take one length and you multiply by the width. Okay, so take the width, multiply to the length, and you are told the area is 540. So let's distribute this to give you x squared plus 7x. And the reason why I have to distribute is because I must bring this 540 over, and the whole story is because I must have a 0 on one side. Alright, let's try to factor this. So the sum I'm looking for is 7, and the product I'm looking for is negative 540. So pick a pair of numbers. So let's say I pick 54 and 10. 54 and 10 will give me 540, but unfortunately it doesn't give me 7. Okay, so I'm going to break down the 54. Let's call it 2 and 27. And I can still keep the 10, and this time if you look, 2 times 10 is 20, and 20 and 27 is potentially able to give me a 7 if I use a minus on the 20 and the plus on the 27. Okay, so that will give me the sum I need. Okay, so start two parentheses. Because this is x squared, I'm going to use x and x, and the two numbers are minus 20 and positive 27. So that means that my x is going to be 20, and in this case my x is going to be negative 27, which I'm going to have to reject. And the reason is because length of any side must be more than 0. So if you go back to the picture, you notice x represents the width, so that means the width is 20 units, right? The question is asking for dimensions, so make sure you understand what this word means. So dimensions means I'm asking you for two things. I'm asking you for the length, and I'm asking for the width. Okay, so what we've just found is the width is 20 units. So to find the length, I'm going to have to substitute x as 20. So 20 plus 7 is 27, and that becomes my length. Okay, so make sure to do your educo homework, and we'll talk more when we meet again.